Morro Bay is a unique coastal area where land and water come together. Roads wind through wetlands, neighborhoods, and shorelines, linking people and nature. Bikes are a key part of this connection, offering clean, healthy ways to move and explore. But with our coastal location comes new challenges: rising seas, stronger storms, and more frequent flooding. These changes are already affecting how we move, live, and connect. In January 2023, an atmospheric river closed the routes to Los Osos, including South Bay Boulevard, a vital connection already vulnerable to extreme flooding. As sea levels rise and storms intensify, these disruptions will only grow. Today we'll explore the risks and, more importantly, the steps we can take together to build a safer, more resilient future. Let's take a closer look. Here is a 3D model of Morro Bay Estuary and surrounding areas. Here is South Bay Boulevard, and to the left, Lower State Park Road. This low-lying route is vital to connecting our communities, but vulnerable to flooding. Let's explore some flooding scenarios. Even sunny days can bring flooding. Currently, during king tides, the highest tides of the year, the water makes its way to the edge of these important roads. Let's visualize the combined impacts that a 100-year storm would have on top of the king tides and these sea level rise scenarios. If an extreme storm occurs, that critical access to Los Osos is completely cut off. As sea levels rise, the frequency of these events will increase significantly. Let's move to another important connection point between Los Osos and Morro Bay. This is the Los Osos Creek Bridge, an important link for people traveling in and out of town. But the current bridge is aging, vulnerable, and ready for an upgrade. Now, imagine a new bridge designed for resilience. Let's see what it would look like. While the bridge replacement was first planned to address seismic activity, the new bridge will also be resilient to future flooding. Now let's explore one of the most dynamic places in the estuary. Welcome to Windy Cove. This is a typical foggy summer day for us. This is an ecologically rich and low-lying area, just waiting to be explored. Just to the right of the beach, you can see the Morro Bay Museum of Natural History, offering sweeping views and hands-on exhibits that help connect visitors of all ages to this vibrant coastal ecosystem. In the background, perched above the estuary, is the Morro Bay State Park, where visitors can enjoy hiking, birdwatching, kayaking, golfing, and more. This area is already experiencing more frequent flooding, highlighting its vulnerability. 1.8 feet of sea level rise could occur toward the end of the century, even under conservative climate scenarios. In more extreme conditions, sea level rise could exceed 6 feet by 2100. Now let's revisit South Bay Boulevard from the air. This is an aerial view of South Bay Boulevard. See how close the water is to the road? Currently, during king tides, the highest tides of the year, the water pushes right up to the edge of the pavement. With just 1.8 feet of sea level rise, flooding here becomes far more common, happening during everyday high tides. However, even an extreme storm today with a king tide would cause even more severe flooding. And as we look further ahead, more extreme scenarios show the possibility of 6 feet or more of sea level rise by the end of the century. At that point, this entire shoreline would be reshaped, and the road you see below could disappear beneath the waves. These scenarios remind us of how quickly the forces of nature can overwhelm this low-lying stretch of coast. Now that you've seen the risks, let's imagine what a resilient future could actually look like. First, we have the option to develop a dedicated levee pathway for people walking and biking without raising the road. Here's how this adaptation option would fare under king tides and 1.8 feet of sea level rise. This strategy provides a safer, flood-resistant route for non-motorized travel and can double as a coastal buffer. Integrated into the landscape, this path can offer scenic views and connect Los Osos and Morro Bay, promoting recreation and sustainable tourism. Now let's take a look at the next option, elevating the roadway on fill. We could elevate parts of South Bay Boulevard with compacted fill, providing consistent access even during high tides and storm events. It's one of the more straightforward solutions, using tried-and-true engineering methods to elevate critical infrastructure. This design offers a cost-effective and relatively fast-to-implement option that can be enhanced with horizontal levees and multimodal improvements, such as fully separated bike paths, bike-only roads like trails. These are ideal for family rides and safe commutes. These are the gold standard for comfort and accessibility. Another alternative is to improve the existing bike lanes on the street. While they have no additional physical protection, these lanes help signal priority space for cyclists and encourage more active transportation. We could also consider protected bike lanes with physical barriers like curbs or posts. These offer the highest safety and comfort in more heavily trafficked areas, encouraging more people to bike regularly. Now let's take a look at the next option for the roadway. We can also elevate the road using a causeway, a bridge-like structure on piles or columns. This design allows water, wildlife, and wetlands to move naturally beneath the road. While more complex to build than a road raised on fill, the causeway can support ecological restoration while ensuring long-term access and resilience. Causeways can also support different kinds of bike lanes, similar to what we just saw on the raised-on-fill option. These concepts are about protection and possibility. Each option supports a future where we stay connected and adapt thoughtfully. Together, we can keep the Central Coast thriving. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Morro Bay. Visit our website to learn more